It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Los Angeles Chargers and the Houston Texans. And it comes your way next on Madden Football.
Our coverage of the NFL has brought us to Space City and NRG Stadium, right next to where the old Astrodome sits, here in Houston, Texas. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over him for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Here to begin this one is Cameron Dicker. And away we go from NRG Stadium. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. So here come the Texans for their opening drive. And leading them out is someone who became an absolute superstar last year as a rookie. Drafted second in 2023, it's C.J. Stroud.
It didn't take long for C.J. Stroud to make an immediate impact into the NFL, and it didn't take long for me, Kate, to form an opinion that this guy is just different. He just processes the game quicker. Remember talking to Ryan Day on the practice field in Columbus, watching him in college, and he just alluded to that as well. It's the anticipation. It is knowing where everybody is and getting that ball out before any receiver will even break on a route. CJ was unique in that way, and that skill set has been a big part of his success.
And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, will largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
It's Mixon on second down. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice, once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Bails out of the pocket quick. He tucks it and takes off. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Slot man motioned over. A give to Mixon up the middle. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Give him 3 on that gain. And it sets up a Houston first.
You know what I like about a 2nd and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a first down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play-action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
Mixon on the counter. He's contained at the line for no gain. That's Denzel Perryman in on the stop. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. He finds Woods. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Chargers territory. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. The play clock ran all the way down there, and this is going to cost the offense. Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0.
Still 3rd down.
The flag makes this 3rd down and 10. From the gun, Stroud. He's on the move. He's running for it. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
They have another 1st and 10 on this opening drive. This one from the opposing 40. Going right side, mixing with it. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Making the tackle there, Joey Bosa. Only a couple of yards on the run, and that brings us to the end of quarter number 1. Welcome back. We'll begin the 2nd quarter with the Texans in possession. They'll have 2nd down as they look to continue this good drive. Into traffic, complete. And they get this down to the 28. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
1st down, Stroud. Gets this to Woods. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, a give to Mixon. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
They send Woods out right. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, you call that play to surprise the defense, try to get to the goal line. But a quick adjustment by the defense, well, it kept him in position to make the stop and ruin that play.
Extra defender in the secondary now for the Chargers. 3rd down coming. Shotgun now for Stroud. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Everly's kick is good. And that will get them on the board.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Darius Davis to return it. This return makes it up to the 25. So now out comes the Charger offense for their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by the 5th-year pro who can really fill up a stat sheet, Justin Herbert.
Well, even though it took over an entire quarter for him to finally get on the field, he does get to head out there with a chance to give his team an immediate lead. And you almost expected, Kate, for him to do that. With how much time he's had on the sideline to prepare, to get his guys focused for their chance as it's finally arrived.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Right to the air is Herbert. He gets caught. This is Lad McConkey. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. We've hit the 2-minute warning now at NRG. The Chargers with a long ways to go for a score. 2nd and 1. He's got Quentin Johnson complete. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Chargers hurrying to the line as the seconds tick away. 1st and 10, Herbert. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Derek Stingley Jr.
You know, one of the beauties of the game of football is it never sits still. It's constantly adapting. And that nickel defense right there, critical in taking the ball away. And when you think about nickel defense, you think about Rondé Barber, won the Hall of Fame in the summer of 2023, really revolutionizing the position of the nickelback. That nickel defender and that nickel defense, critical in that takeaway we just saw.
Now we'll see the Houston offense for their 2nd drive of the contest. They seem likely to carry the lead into the locker room, but some points here to end the half could make things even more comfortable. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Stroud escapes the pocket. He's running with it. They pick up 20 yards there. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Stroud throwing here on 1st. On target to his back, Joe Mixon. Has the Houston touchdown. The Texans grow their lead just before halftime. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the 1st half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Here's Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Texans make it a 10-point ball game. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Return's looking good so far. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. Well, we've already seen some nice plays here, and we're going to see plenty more before this game ends. But you might be thinking, with plays like that, my guys' ratings should be better. Well, you're not alone. You got a chance to let the Madden ratings hotline know just what you're thinking. Give them a call, 1-844-MADDEN-1, and make your case for who should get a boost. 1st and 10, here's Herbert. And he won't escape this. The Texans take him down. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Trying again, following the sack. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
First run of the game for J.K. Dobbins. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. So on 4th down, here's J.K. Scott on to punt it away for the Chargers. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. He has it at the 22. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The Texans and running back Joe Mixon headed out for their next series. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. They've got blackjack on the clock. Not a ton of time to use before halftime. Pressure comes. Stroud. That's a catch for Nico Collins. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Houston calls it second timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 37, Collins there to grab it. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. He'll throw it. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. It's halftime here in Houston, with the Texans enjoying a lead at the break. Now we'll send you east to our studios in Orlando. That's where Jonathan Coachman is waiting to bring you the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. And with that, we welcome you all into our EA Sports studios. This is the Halftime Report. It was a terrific first half from the former Offensive Rookie of the Year, C.J. Stroud. He's got a touchdown pass on the ledger as his guys were able to build a double-digit lead. Both these teams ready for the fight ahead. We're ready to get back to it as well. And to do just that, we'll hand it back over to Kate and Brock.
All right, thank you, Coach. And we are back and about set to begin the second half. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. On the return, here comes Davis. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33. Los Angeles getting its offense set to go to begin the third. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. Ball at the 33 for first down. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Completed over the middle. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. That stop coming from Henry To'o.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
From the pistol, it's Herbert. Steps up, and he's running with it. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain.
That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
Third down run by Dobbins. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, well, sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
The Chargers lined up in punt formation. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. His first punt went 50. This is away and looks even better. And this one did hit at the 8, but took a big bounce and finished its journey in the end zone for a touchback. Out now come the Texans on offense. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. Connects with Mechie. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
1st and 10, a run to Mixon. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Brought down on the effort by Derwin James. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. On the ground again with Mixon. And he gets taken down immediately right at the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back runs yielding just 2 yards, and now it's 3rd and 8.
Not every corner in this league can make the play he just made right there. Sure, there's pure coverage guys. Not really known for their tackling, but this guy, well, he's someone who isn't afraid to stick his nose in there and make a stop.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stroud. Into the hands of Schultz. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Stroud gonna go on 4th down. He finds him beyond the marker. And they bring him down around the 34. That excitement brings us to the end of the quarter. They'll have a shiny new set of downs to play with to start the 4th. It's the Texans in possession of it, needing to preserve that lead over one final quarter. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Running back sent in motion. Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
To the air yet again, it's Stroud. Schultz with the catch. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. That's a gain of 13, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for and you go out and execute.
First and goal now as they try to pad this lead. They're going to run here. It's Mixon. And he drives forward for a little, maybe to the 7. He'll get 3, but much work left for him on 2nd and goal.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. This is a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
Staying between the tackles with Mixon. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. Give him 4 yards, and they're sitting on 3rd and goal now.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive, try to stick them with the loss, and make a difficult 4th down decision.
Mixon on 3rd and goal. And he's brought down for a loss. That takes us to the 2-minute warning in Houston. Texans with a 10-point advantage. Kaimi Fairbairn out there now to try a field goal for the Texans on this 4th down. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Everly's kick is good. And that will add to their score.
That kick, well, it throws a roadblock up on some of the remaining avenues to get back in this game. It really leaves only 1 remaining. It's going to take 2 touchdowns if they want a shot at it. And we know those odds, they're getting pretty long.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. On the return, here comes Davis. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Charger offense making its way to the field. And coming off a 3-and-out, Brock, they really need to build some momentum from the ground as they try to get on that scoreboard here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Throwing now. Finds McConkey. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Second and 3 now. To throw. To his back, J.K. Dobbins. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Looking to throw it. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. So they're left facing 3rd and long. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark, really, from the first snap through this 2nd half. There have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered. That's why that scoreboard's not been lit up. Well, that's when you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Defense coming off that incompletion needs one more stop here on fourth. Here he is to throw. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Picked off by Derek Stingley Jr. And the Texans get it back as he intercepts him for the second time this game. Wow, an aggressive choice to go for it on fourth and that kind of distance. And an equally aggressive play in coverage to pick that pass off.
Yeah, that down and distance, you're not running it, right? Too far to get to the stick, so that defense had all eyes on the quarterback. They knew that pass was coming, and it's one thing to know it, it's another thing to execute it and go take it away. That's a big momentum swing for this defense.
The Houston offense out and ready to set up shop. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Running with Mixon out of the gun. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. LA uses a timeout here. It's second. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. Keeping it with Mixon. And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense. So now here's 3rd and 5. Running left is Mixon. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused. And they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
Kaimi Fairbairn out there now to try a field goal for the Texans on this 4th down. It's a 36-yard look from the left hash. Eberle's kick is good. And they come away with some points on that series.
So many of these players on the field, Kate, they just strive for consistency, but not the kickers. They strive for perfection, and so far, he's just that.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. On the return, here comes Davis. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Chargers are being led back out on offense by Justin Herbert here. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance against him. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now to throw. Trying to push it deep downfield. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And now it's 2nd down.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Catch is made down the right sideline. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Fits it through the middle. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And it brings up an LA first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact.
Touchdown, LA! So 6 points at the buzzer, Brock, but 0 effect on our final outcome.
Yeah, I get that, but I'll tell you what, that'll be one of the first plays they watch in the film room this coming week. Like you said, they lose whether that's scored or not, but coach will always, always emphasize effort on the field. And reaching that end zone to end an already decided game, that is effort with a capital E.
And he's not going to get in. Not that the two would have really made a difference. This one already decided. So it's the Texans who defend their building and take the win. And this is a game that proves every Pee Wee and Pop Warner and high school coach across the country correct, Brock. Teams who make fewer mistakes and turnovers gonna win a lot of football games. They kept the football, they forced a couple of turnovers, and that was a big part of the difference in this one. So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. It's a win for the Texans, as we'll see you next time from Houston.